Hey everybody, how's it going out there? Not sure if you can hear me or not. Here we are at the barbecue competition cook-off that I told you about. It's a sanctioned KCBS, Kansas City Barbecue Society match cook-off grill, and it's their backyard competition or something. I'm going to kind of show you around here. We showed up here. I'm going to go this way. And let me pan around the other way. Thought this was an amateur competition. These guys got big air conditioner units in their tent. Let me come over here. They got cookers, they got backup cookers, they got big computerized temperature probe and sensor out here. I'm gonna walk over this way, show you a little bit more. Our setup's right behind these guys. I think we're a little bit outgunned here, it looks like. So this is their backyard competition. Maybe I can stand right here in the shade. This is their backyard competition, so I thought maybe might be some actual backyard competitors, but we started looking at some of the names of people who registered, and yeah, they're professional barbecuers, smokers, restaurants. I guess the official rule for being in the contest is, one, you can't have won a master competition or something like that, and then you can't have entered, I think you can enter up to 10 of the backyard. If once you've entered, or maybe 110, I don't remember, but anyway, it's pretty lax rules. So that purple awning back there is ours. I'll kind of walk over there and hope you're not getting too sick as we're walking around. We got I don't know, is that Team Rotella out here? Let me walk over there. I try to walk backwards. Team Rotella, actually it's smoked. It must be sponsored by Rotella or something like that. But I don't see anybody out here. I don't see any smoke. And if they're gonna smoke it low and slow, they better get on the ball. So I've got ribs I'm putting on like at 30 minutes apart. That way I can check doneness at different levels, and then based on turn in. So here's our little setup, our little grill. I don't know whether you can see it based on the way that sun is. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. Hey everybody, not sure if you can hear me or not, but we are finishing up with this little shindig here. We got a few ribs and some chicken back there that we saved for some of the family members that are coming out to see us. We're just finishing up with the People's Choice. Most everybody is done and gone. We had to do ribs and chicken to turn into the judges, and then they provided pork butts to cook for People's Choice. So we did all that. We're supposed to have enough to last till about 7:30. Everybody ran out about 5:30, 5:45, and so had a pretty good turnout here today. We got an award ceremony here in about another hour. We'll see. We did have one of the judges come over. They had 20 judges. We made 6 ribs and 6 pieces of chicken to turn into the judges. And we did have one of the judges come over. He told us that out of the 20 judges, each judge tasted 4 different ribs, 4 different pieces of chicken, and then they judged based on that. So we had some leftover ribs. Of course, we made extra, so we'd have, you know, in case we had an issue or a problem, we'd have some backup. Same thing with the chicken. And he looked at ours and he said, just by looking at your chicken and ribs, I guarantee you I did not taste yours. He says, but out of every single rib at his judging table, ours by far looked the best. And so we cut him off one and he tasted, and he said it was the best out of the 4 that he tasted. Now there were, this is a really small town here in Oklahoma, so there were probably 18 or 20 people out here. But again, there were some, there's some pretty fancy setups out here with, they brought their own sinks, and they had running water and air conditioning in their little tents, and awnings and covers and computerized everything. It's like, wow, you guys do this in your backyard for a backyard? I thought this was a backyard contest. So anyway, we'll see how we did. Pretty sure we did not do very well with the chicken, just because after reading the rules, the chicken was very good. It was very moist, very flavorful, but the skin is the issue on the Kansas City Barbecue Contest chicken entry rules. They have to be able to bite through the skin and get one bite of chicken, one bite of skin. And it can't pull off like a lot of times when you bite a piece of chicken and the skin, everything will come, the whole piece of skin will come off of that chicken, which is kind of what ours was doing. We stoked up an incredibly hot fire and put them skin side down like 10 minutes right before we served them. We didn't want to serve them black chicken. So anyway, we'll find out here in a little bit what happens. And we just did, again, the People's Choice. That's where people, they bought tickets and then they get to come in and they get to sample everybody's barbecue, and then they vote. You got a little voting box. They turn their ticket into whoever they like best. The issue that I saw out here with that is people are coming in with their plate and it is full of barbecue and sides, and so there's no way they're going to remember whose is who. So we got some ideas for what we want to do next time, how they're going to remember ours. We did fried pickle slices and fried zucchini, which everybody loved. So I'm pretty sure the votes that we got instantly on the spot were because of our sides. So we'll do that again for sure. And then we got some other ideas how to get a vote, get an extra vote or two. And we had several people who did come back and say that it came down, out of everybody's they tasted, it came down between ours and one other guy's, which we went and sampled theirs, and their pulled pork was really good. But we got a few votes that they said ours just edged theirs out a hair. So anyway, I really don't even expect to place. They're doing first, second, third prizes here. I really don't expect to place. We learned an incredible amount, which is what we wanted to do. And so we paid for this learning experience. We learned. We'll see what we do next time. I'll let you all know how it goes. We'll update you later. Good evening, everybody. So this is the day, actually the evening after our little cook-off yesterday. Sitting out here enjoying a cigar, watching the rain. Had a little bit of time to rest and recuperate. You would think, you know, sitting out there, you're just smoking all day. You put stuff in the smoker and then let it smoke for several hours, and you come back and check it, and whatever you do on your smoking, baste it, whatever. Not the case yesterday. I thought I'd have way more time to do some more videos while we were out there. So I got those two in that you just saw. I'm going to clip those together. Well, they should already be clipped together by now. I'm putting this at the end, and so went to the awards ceremony. Now this is, again, this is a KCBS. This was a sanctioned cook-off by Kansas City Barbecue Society. This was their, I think they call it their backyard division. And so it's supposed to be all amateur, you know, backyard, regular Joe, you and me from the neighborhood. Not supposed to be any professional smokers. We'll come to find out the rules are a little bit more lax in the fact that you can't have either. I got to look the rules up, but you can't have either entered or you can't have either won 10 or more of the backyard competitions. If you have, you can't compete in them, and you can't have won like even one, I think, master or, you know, regular competition cook-off. And so if you have, you can't enter these. Well, as we were looking up, some of these smokers were, I mean, they're, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 smokers out there. And then we'd look up some of the team names online. Just go online and do a search for their name. They've got restaurants and stuff like that. And so this was our very first competition we have ever done, and this was a relatively new to us smoker. This was a used smoker when we got it. the guy we got it from said he got it from a guy who had a restaurant. He still got out of the restaurant business, and then this guy did hardly ever used it, once or twice a year for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, and that was about it. So I think his wife was making him get rid of it. And I had never used this smoker before because I'm on the road so much. My brother used it 3 or 4 times, you know, practicing on weekends, but he's working. He's got kids in Boy Scout. He's a Scout Master. He does they do soccer, the girls do dance. I mean, they are always busy, so he didn't have a ton of time using it. So now the results, you're all wondering. Well, let me tell you what happened. No, we didn't win. And I thought they were doing money for the first 3. They're actually doing money prizes for the first 5 contestants. And so they would announce the chicken top 10, 10, 9, 8, and call you up, and then, you know, of course the 5 on up to 1, and they do the same thing for rib. And then for People's Choice, they just announce the winner. So you don't know who came in second through. Yeah, there were 18. Come find out there were 18. Our Rotella guy, he did show up out there, and he was turning prizes. He was turning ribs and chicken in. So I recorded those other videos yesterday while we were out there. I think I mentioned we were doing ribs and chicken, and then they provided pork butts for People's Choice. So we were doing pulled pork. And so we fixed 6 ribs, 6 chicken, took it down to the judges. Had separate turn-in times. There were 20 judges. So each judge sampled 4 ribs, 4 chicken, and then judged them, and then they were gone. And then the next 6 judges were to judge the next 4 chicken, 4 ribs, and they were gone, etc., etc. And so in chicken, we came in number 6 out of 18. We were 1.5 points behind number 5, and we were within I can't remember, 9.5, right at 10 points, less than 10 points from being number 1. So those top places. Buster's sticking his head out the window. Let me see if I can show Buster. See him sticking his head out. He wants to see what's going on. So anyway, those top places in chicken were very tight. And we did way better than I thought we would have in chicken. We did way better overall. I thought we would come in towards the very bottom of everything. Just because, 1, we'd never done it. 2, it's a new smoker. New to us smoker. We hadn't had a lot of practice on it, figuring out where the hot spots, drafting, you know, smoke and stuff like that. And so chicken is my brother's deal. Ribs is typically my deal. And so he said he's going to do nothing but practice chicken. And we knew the skin was going to be an issue with the chicken. I'm glad we put it on the heat there at the very end for a few minutes to crisp that skin up, because they want to be able to bite through the chicken, get 1 bite of skin, 1 bite of chicken, and none of the other skin falls off, which ours was going to. And what we got to looking at individual judges, how we were rated. In chicken, we had 2 judges rate us a 998. So we were 2 points off from having perfect chicken. We had 2 judges put us in the upper 800s, in the 880 to 900 range, which is a fair score. I say it's a fair. I don't know if it's fair or not. It was a good score for us. It may have been unfair. They may have been biased. I don't know. And then the number 6 judge in chicken would rate us like in the mid 600s. It was either in chickens or rib. One of them we got like a 650, one we got like a 675 from the number 6 judge. Is the number 6 judge more strict? Were they going on taste? Were they going on the way it looked? Were they going on presentation? We don't know. We don't even know who those judges were. By the way, this is a LFD Coronado. Very good. But anyway, so I thought we did excellent in chicken. My brother said he's going to spend the next year doing nothing but chicken, practicing the skin. In ribs, we came in number 9 out of 18, so right in the middle on ribs. And after what we learned yesterday, If they would have said, let's do this again starting right now, I could have stoked the smoker right back up, and I could have easily came in probably 4 to 5. Because, again, I know, especially after that one judge came out and he tasted our rib and he thought the flavor was good, presentation was good, but now I know exactly, well, I don't know exactly what they're looking for, but I know a lot better. I could easily redo that rib and come in, easily gain another 10, 15, 20 points. In ribs, it wasn't quite as tight. There was a 20-point gap between 9 and first place in ribs. I could have easily knocked half of those points. I could gain another 10 points next time we do this. And so, and again, we had the same thing. First 2 judges in ribs, I think one gave us a 998, one gave us a 996, so 2 points and then 4 points off from a perfect score. Judges 3 and 4 gave us in the mid to upper, like 875, 880, 885 range, right in there. And judge number 6 gave us like, it was either 650 on chicken and 675 on ribs, or vice versa. But so I don't know whether that judge was just a lot tougher or whatever. But People's Choice, we did not win People's Choice. But again, People's Choice, they were selling tickets at the entrance, and then they were supposed to come sample this guy's barbecue, come sample this guy's barbecue, come sample this guy's barbecue, and then once they're done with all 18, go back and vote. Well, but we were probably 7th or 8th in line by the time they got to our table, and they had piles of barbecue and piles of sides on their plate. And they were eating it as they were coming by, and everybody was just scooping it on. So I would imagine either the first 2 tables or the very last 2 tables probably got the most votes. Some of them did come back and, you know, vote for us. Some of them, before they even tasted our barbecue, they ate our deep fried pickles and zucchini and said, I'm voting for you just because of that. So, I mean, that's kind of unfair, but, you know, the whole thing, I wasn't concerned about People's Choice. And the quality of the butt that they gave us was not the best quality butt either. They just went down to the grocery store and bought a bunch of butts. Didn't go to a butcher or anything, so. And then overall, I guess they combine your scores, average them out, I don't know. But overall, in the standings, we came in, our team, me and my brothers, we came in number 6 out of 18. So I thought for a very first competition, very first time, my very first time on that smoker, and then my brother, he'd, you know, done 3 or 4 times on it. That was about it. And again, I wanted to do this as a learning experience, and I did learn a ton. And so I learned enough to where I'm positive I can bump our ribs up 2, 3, no, probably 4 or 5 spots easy. Now, if there's 50 people in the competition next year, might be a different story. If there's 15, 20, 30 people in the competition next year, I think we can do pretty good. So we'll be looking at some other competitions we can do. It's going to be a little bit harder for me because when, you know, I give my 2 weeks time off. So, but anyway, that's how we did. Told you I'd come back and update you. I did with 6 overall, 6 in ribs. No, 6 in chicken, 9 in ribs. And so we had a fun time out there. We learned a lot. They did a fireworks show afterwards. They had stuff for the kids to do all day long. They had the pool and water features and bouncy, jumpy castle air slides, all that kind of stuff out there. They had other food vendors out there, and so anyway, that's it. I'm gonna let you guys go. I know this part here's 11 minutes. Those others are probably another 5 or 10 minutes. This is going to be a long video if you make it in through the whole thing. But I appreciate you guys watching, keeping up with me. If you got any competition tips, let me know. I learned a ton, so we'll be practicing. We got a year to practice before this one comes up again. We'll look on the Kansas City Barbecue Society website, see what they've got out there. If there's something where we can get the same weekend off or something, we'll probably do this again. So anyway, hey, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for all your encouragement. Everybody's wishing me good luck on Instagram, on YouTube, so I appreciate it, and we'll catch y'all next time. Have a good one.